Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to another video. Today, let's talk about war. Now, 2-3 months ago, we have seen a lot of things in this world that is happening, right? We have seen people get killed, people get murdered, nations destroyed, and there are a lot of things has happened, and it is happening even for today. So in this video, I'm not going to talk about who is wrong, okay? Because so many people are trying to justify each other and say that they are wrong and we are not wrong, okay? But they will never come to one conclusion, who is wrong, and they will never find it. Today, let's talk about why it is wrong. So what Buddha said about war. One thing that Buddha said about war, listen to this carefully. This is very wise. The Buddha said, Jayang verang pasavati, dukkhang seti parajayo, upasanto sukhang seti, hitva jaya parajayo. The victory gives rise to hate, and the defeated dwells in pain. Once you give up both victory and defeat, then you will be happy forever. That is what Buddha said. Now, what does it mean? When you try to win over someone, when you try to find that victory, it gives rise to hate. The defeated person will hate you. Okay? And the defeated person will dwell in pain forever. Okay? So you create, when you try to win over someone, when you try to win over a nation, what will happen? It gives rise to the hate. People will start to hate you. And also, you create the pain in this world. So what Buddha says is, give up both defeat and victory and focus on yourself. Focus on winning on yourself. Once you focus on yourself, you try to win your ego. Win over your ego. You try to destroy your ego. The Buddha said this, more than fighting 1,000 battles, okay, more than doing 1,000 battles and winning 1,000 countries, the best thing that you can do is to win yourself, conquer yourself, and defeat your ego and that unwholesome things in your mind. When you focus into yourself and when you try to win yourself, you will never harm anyone, and it will never give rise to hate. Okay? So in this world, people try to solve the problems through hate, through wars, through hurt, and through pain. But it will never be solved. There is no any single problem that is solved by anger, by the pain, by hurt, by wars. Look at the world. Okay, throughout this human history, we have been through a lot of wars, but none of those wars have been solved through the war. The Buddha said, Nahi verena verani sammanti da kudachanam, averene ja sammanti esa dhammo sanattano. The hatred will never cease by hatred. You cannot never end hatred. You will never be able to end hatred through hatred. Okay? You will never be able to end wars through wars. Okay? Averena ja sammanti esa dhammo sanattano. If you need to solve a problem, if you need to end hatred, if you need to end a war, the only way that you can do is to not to do wars, not to hate each other, and by forgiving and by letting go. So if you need to solve any problems in this world that gives rise through hate, you need to let go and you need to forgive. At any point in your life, you have to forgive if you need to solve these problems. And then you will find the peacefulness. Now the Buddha said, if you need to end the hatred, you need to forgive. You need to let go. That is an eternal law in this world. So keep this in your mind. So let's wish to all the people who are suffering from wars and anger and hatred, may all of them be happy and peaceful forever. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Welcome to another video. Do you know how can we stop a war? Now, as there are a lot of wars going on this earth today, people get killed, people get abused, people get murdered, a lot of chaos happening on this earth. How can we stop a war? There is only one way to stop a war, and that is to forgive and letting go. Okay? There's no any other way. So many people try to stop a war, sometimes stop the problems and the anger, remove the anger by the anger. There's a nice verse and a wonderful verse that was taught by the Buddha. The Buddha said, Nahi vere na verani, sammanti da kudachana. The anger is never appeased by anger. You cannot stop anger through anger. Avere na cha sammanti, esa dhammo sanattano. If you need to stop anger, if you need to stop hatred, if you need to stop a war, you need to stop the anger. You need to forgive and you need to let go. You know, the anger and the hate works like a cycle. Now let's say one country is trying to dominate over another country. Okay? One country is trying to attack another country. What will happen? People in this country, they go to this country and they kill people. They attack people. They abuse people. And once they do that, what will happen? The hate and the anger builds in this community. Okay? So how they can remove their anger, how they try to take the revenge, they get into a group where they can revenge. So what they do is they get into an army, maybe a group of people who try to invade the other country, and they join to that army to take the revenge, and they go to this country and they kill these people in here. And they get killed, they get abused, okay? And what happens? Then the hate is building up in this world, this country, this community. And what happens after that? These people who left behind, they get into a group of people who try to invade this country again, and they try to invade this country again, try to kill these people again. So this works like a cycle, and you will never be able to get out from that cycle if you did not choose to forgive. Okay? People think that you can end a war through a war, but it is not working in that way. You may be suppressing a war. Okay, you may be suppressing a country. Okay, you can keep a country under control and suppress those people for a little bit of time, maybe 10 years or 15 years. After 10 or 15 years, again, people who needs to take revenge, people who have that inner hate within them, they will come and they will attack the other country too. Okay, look at the history. Just study his history. Not a single country has ever been benefited through war. Okay? That is why there's a saying like this. You can build the destructed buildings. When it comes to wars, buildings are being destroyed. You can build them. You can rebuild them. Okay? You can build the friendship between two nations after some times. You know, the people who became angry will be friends again. But there's one thing that you cannot do. And that is, you cannot give life to the dead people who died from the war again. You will never be able to give the life back to them. Okay? That is why war is not a good thing for any country. War is not a good thing for this humanity. Okay? Somehow, if we need to stop the war, we need to forgive, we need to let go, even though it is difficult, even though it is hard. I know forgiving is not easy. It is really, really difficult. But if we need to stop the war, if we need to stop the anger, and if we need everyone to be happy, we have to let go. So remember, you will never be able to remove hate or remove anger through anger. By non-anger itself, you can remove the anger and you can be happy. Keep that in your mind. Namo Buddhaya.